Hello, my name is Charles Gray, Senior Show Director for Universal Orlando Resort. I have worked for the company for, oh my goodness, since 1993. When you first walk in and you look down Avenue of the Stars, you will see 30 Years, 30 Fears. It's a great way to start your adventure. We have the classic Halloween Horror Nights lit up on top of the truss with some amazing characters, great photo opportunities. But if you take a right and go down Hollywood instead, it's lights, camera, action, featuring Eddie. It's as if a film production crew has decided to put on or create a film, scary film, with all our past characters. It's a lot of fun, lots of chainsaws. Going through Central Park, it's this organic look, and this time it's Gorewood Forest with the Terror Queen. She's back. Something has happened to Eelmouth, if you know that character, which is a lot of fun, but great design and sculpting in that section. Very organic. Lots of camo scares in there. And then we go over to Crypt TV, which is the San Francisco area. It's thoroughly entertaining, but amazing designs in there. And then we go into New York, which is Seek and Destroy. It's very kind of this 1984 Orwellian type aliens that have come down and are taken over by the controller. He's using humans to fuel himself. That's our street zones. Now here we are on the set of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is one of 10 houses, and it's alive back there. And it's an amazing house. It's probably our grittiest house this year. And a lot of fans are excited because we're taking this house one step further, where we have elements from the second and the first film. We have Bride of Frankenstein Lives, an amazing tale of really takes place directly after the Bride of Frankenstein movie. She's only in there for a few minutes, but as the tower collapses, she finds her love, really the only person who ever showed her love, is dead. It's her quest. It's like a gothic romance on how to bring him back to life. And we also have Beetlejuice. Don't say it 2 more times, but he's the ghost with the most. We try to retell the movie, but all your favorite scenes are in there. And it's loads of fun. And for the Uber fans, it's a must. We have Haunting of Hill House, a very sad ghost story that we are telling because we love the creep factor. It's one of the most beautiful houses we've ever created, and it is creepy. Sometimes you think, oh, it's a haunted house. That would be easy. But a true house has a lot of hallways. It has a lot of square rooms that aren't necessarily indicative of scares. So finding those niches and places where we can get a good scare can sometimes be difficult, and it takes a little bit longer to find those ways to be scary. We've succeeded this year, but if it were to, for example, take 5 days to come up with something, it probably takes 2 times as long when you actually have a house structure. So build takes, my goodness. We start in February with the very first house usually. That's around the time. But to actually come up with, create the house from inception all the way, it's about 15 months. Now, those of the intellectual properties are historical, as Welcome to Scary. We've always had to have this fictional town where things would take place, the strange, the macabre. What is this town? Well, it's Cary. And now we're bringing all those stories back from street zones to houses. All these different things are put into this house experience, which is a lot of fun. We have the Icons house. Icons Captured. It's a fun way to present these icons because these are all the official icons we've had throughout the years. And we're putting them all in this hellscape. And each icon has their own apartment, if you will, their own place within this hellscape that you can go into. Now, another fun little tidbit about that house is you'll notice all the bodies that we have in there. They're all wearing HHN icon shirts of their favorite fans. So if there's a body in the director's room, they have a director's shirt. And they're basically the Uber fans that when you die, you don't go to heaven, you don't go to hell, you go to this place. One of my favorite things is not necessarily the props, but the bodies themselves. So for example, we have this thing called the Morgue. And every year we get a few pristine, brand new bodies, we put them in the house. And then at the end of the year, they put them away in the morgue and they give them names like this one's Bob, this one's Sarah, this one's Jamal, and each one has their own name. Now, as the events go, well, Bob loses an arm, or this nurse, she has a face hugger on, so now they've drilled a hole through her head. So there's different elements that they slowly get smaller and more decayed, and you're like, oh, this is the last year we can use Alice or Bob or whoever. So it's fun kind of tracking these bodies along the way. I'm one of the only people who gets to see this book, so I feel very honored to work with the decor team to see the morgue. You know, I'm always asked the question, what is your dream house or something like that. It really, honestly, probably my favorite things are the ones that are least expected. Kind of like a carnival graveyard or the original stories that don't necessarily pop to the top. You know what I'm saying? Making something that makes people go, huh? That? And making it successful is my favorite thing to do.